This is a stonefly pattern that I like to use as an attractor, specifically for steelhead. To tie it, we'll start off with some black thread, lay down a thread base, and add some wraps of lead-free wire in order to build up some bulk and increase the pattern's weight. If you need it to sink faster, you can also tie this with a bead head. Wrap your wire in place, snip any excess free, and secure it tightly in place by creating a small thread dam behind it, as well as in front, and wrapping throughout it. With this complete, we'll wrap our thread backwards, well into the bend of the hook, and create a small buildup of thread. With this complete, we'll grab some black biots, snip a couple free, and secure them to the back of the fly. The thread dam that we just created will help splay them out in a V-shaped pattern, like so. Secure the remainder of the biots in place, and use your thread to help build up a transition leading up to your wire wraps. With this complete, we'll grab some vinyl D-rib. Here I'm using a medium in black, securing it towards the wire and wrapping back towards our biots. This will also help increase the bulk of your fly pattern. With this complete, we'll use our thread to continue creating our transition up towards the wire wraps until we're happy. You can build up as much or as little bulk as you like. Once happy, we'll wrap back down towards our biots, grabbing some black hare's ear and creating a dubbing noodle. Spinning our dubbing noodle forward in close touching spirals until we're slightly on top of our wire wraps, at which point we'll brush it out to give it a nice buggy look. Next, we'll grab our vinyl D-rib and begin to wrap it forward in close touching spirals. On each wrap, we'll grab our dubbing brush, brushing our fibers backwards in order to help trap them with the vinyl D-rib so a few of them stick through. This will help add some texture in between our vinyl D-wraps to give it a more lifelike appearance. Continue doing so until all the dubbing is covered, at which point we'll secure it tightly in place, taking thread wraps both in front as well as behind, and snipping the excess free. Create another dubbing noodle with your black hare's ear, wrapping this just in front of your vinyl D-rib. Brush it out, and grab some flash. Here I'm using lateral scale and pearl that I had laying around the desk. Secure the flash to the top of the hook shank, wrapping back slightly on top of our dubbing ball, followed by some thin skin. Here I'm using a molted turkey tail. With this complete, we'll grab some blue ice dubbing along with some black hare's ear. Mix the two together to create a dubbing mix. The small amount of hare's ear will help add some different texture and character to your dubbing. Create a dubbing noodle and begin wrapping this to build up some bulk just in front of our other materials, brushing it out in a downward motion to give it a nice buggy look. We'll then fold over our thin skin, taking some thread wraps to secure it tightly in place before folding over our flash and securing it over the top. You can do these both at once. However, I have an easier time securing them properly in the position I'd like if I do one at a time. With this complete, we'll fold both of them backwards, wrapping on top of them slightly to hold them in place before our next steps. Once complete, we'll create another dubbing ball of the same blend and repeat the steps that we just took 2 more times, keeping in mind that you want to build up a transition and still leave some room at the head of the fly. And if you'd like to win this fly, comment #flies in the comments below. Once we finish our final step, we'll snip our thin skin and flash free and grab some more black biots. This time, we'll use some smaller ones located at the tip of the biot, securing them at the head of the fly, once again in a V formation, before snipping the excess free. With this complete, we'll use our thread to build up a small head of the fly, just behind our hook eye, whip finishing to secure it in place, and continue adding some bulk. Snip your thread free, and grab some UV resin to add some shine and durability to our pattern. I like to only add a small layer, so the character of our thin skin still shows through. Fix it in place with the UV light, and come back and add a small coat of UV resin around the head of our fly, once again fixing in place with the UV light, and brush it out to give it a nice buggy look. And this is a stonefly that I like to use as an attractor pattern, particularly in blues for steelhead. However, it works quite well in any hotspot you'd like, or in natural colors. And if you'd like to pick up a few of these with a biot variation, you can find them on my website listed below. Thank you for watching, subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one.